Hello and welcome to Market View at Deven Choksey, a podcast where we tell you how you should approach the market. Here, we tell you all about what's happening with the global markets, the domestic markets, the economic indicative action, the result action, and how one should look at the markets when they open up. So let's start, like always, with the global markets. The GIFT Nifty indicates a gap up start for the Indian market. As we see, there is around more than 150 points of up move in the GIFT Nifty, which is a positive sentiment for the domestic market. Apart from the GIFT Nifty, if we talk about the Asian markets are higher in early trade, where Hong Kong Nikkei rise more than 1%. Talking about the US markets and the US futures are higher after cash market ended in the green zone on Wednesday. The US markets ended higher with S&P 500 Nasdaq rising more than 1% and Dow Jones also seeing a green pattern while it was closing. A very important economic indicative action, US Fed has kept interest rates unchanged at 5.25% to 5.5% as expected. The Fed Chair Powell says FOMC is not considering or discussing rate cuts at this time. So this is something which was being seen by the markets across the globe, and now the results are coming in, and the results are as expected. The rates are unchanged at 5.25 to 5.5%. Other economic indicative actions are also prevailing in the market as the US October S&P Global Manufacturing PMI final at 50 versus 49.8 on a month-on-month basis versus an estimate of 50. US 10-year bond yield is falling at 4.7%. Fed holds rate steady and upgrades economic growth view. So these are all the important things which are running in the global markets, which will definitely have an impact in the domestic markets. Talking about the energy pack and the bullion market, the Brent is edging higher near $86 a barrel as West Asia crisis stokes supply concerns, and gold prices are rising to $1,986 as treasury yields fall. So clearly, markets are moving and investors are moving to safe haven commodities as there's a lot of volatility crippling in the markets. So this is how the global sentiments looks like. The Asian markets are higher in early trade. The US markets did show positive signs while they were closing yesterday. And of course, a positive start to the GIFT Nifty is a positive indication for the domestic markets. Let us now take a look at how the trade setup for today's session looks like. Coming right from what happened yesterday and in the last few sessions, we have seen back to back falls in the market, and after the back to back falls, the sentiments turned in favor of bears, and the participants seem to continue with the sell on rise opportunity. Hence, if the index fails to hold on to 18,900, the immediate support, then it can again move towards the low of last week, which was 18,800. But in case the index rebounds, it may face a crucial hurdle at 19,100 to 19,300 level is what one should expect. The Sensex was down around 300 points to close at 63,591 levels, while the Nifty declined around 90 points to close at 18,989. There is clearly a negative trend which is being witnessed in the indices ahead of weekly expiry, which will be the first expiry of the November month, which is going to happen today, which is Thursday. One should also observe the fact that the selling momentum seems to have reduced recently as we observe weakness with range-bound action in the last couple of sessions. But yes, the market sentiment is still volatile. Nifty is expected to slide down to the lower support of around 18,850 levels once again before showing another round of upside bounce for the lows is what seems. Any intra-week up move from there could encounter resistance around 19,100 levels. The market breadth, if we have a look at, clearly did seem to be volatile again and turned in favor of bears after the equal ratio in the previous two sessions, as three shares declined against two shares rising on the NSE, while the broader markets continued to be in the range-bound pattern, closing flat for the third straight session. And now let's take a look at what are the key support and resistance levels for the session for both Nifty and Bank Nifty. Starting with Nifty, Nifty may take support at 18,973 levels, followed by 18,944 and 18,897. On the higher side, 19,066 can be an immediate resistance, followed by 19,095 and 19,142. Talking about Bank Nifty, yesterday Bank Nifty did form volatility, indicating indecisiveness among buyers and sellers about future trends, especially after we did see the bearish trend, but it took a support at 42,700 on the closing basis. The index was down around 145 points to close at 42,701. The immediate resistance is observed at 43,000, where significant open interest is concentrated on the call side. A breach above this level could trigger short covering moves towards 43,500. Conversely, there are chances that the lower end support is positioned at 42,400, and if it is breached on the closing basis, it may escalate the selling pressure. On the whole, Bank Nifty might take support at 42,616 level, followed by 42,563 and 42,476. And on the upside, the initial resistance is seen at 42,788, then 42,841 and 42,927. And now let's take a look at the important results which will be posted during the session today. Tata Motors, Adani Enterprises, Adani Power, Dabur, Burjit Paints, Bombay Dyeing, Container Corporation of India, Godrej Properties, Gujarat Gas, IEX, India Railway Finance Corporation, JK Lakshmi Cement, Kalturu Projects are a few companies, the important ones, which will be posting its numbers, the quarterly results in the session today. Apart from this, there is another list of cash numbers as well, but these are the important ones which one needs to consider. Let us now have a look at the stocks in news, the news which came in after the market hours yesterday and which are of prime importance today when the markets open up. To start with, Hero MotoCorp, the world's largest two-wheeler manufacturing company, has recorded a standalone profit of 1,054 crore for the quarter ended September FY24, growing 47% on a year-ago period, backed by healthy operating performance. Revenue from operations for the quarter increased by 4% on a year-on-year basis at 9,445 crore. Good set of numbers, and there might be an impact seen in the stock price when the markets open today. State Bank of India, the country's largest lender, has raised 10,000 crore at a coupon rate of 7.8% through its first Basel III compliant Tier 2 bond for the current financial year. The bonds are issued for 15 years tenure with a first call option after 10 years. Next in the list is JK Tyre Industries. The tire manufacturing company has registered a massive 372% year-on-year growth in consolidated profit at 242 crore for the July-September period of FY24, driven by strong operating performance. Consolidated revenue from operations has increased by 3.75% at 3,897 crore compared to the year ago period. So clearly, very good set of numbers for JK Tyre, and there might be an impact clearly seen in the stock price in the trading session today. Eicher Motors, there's a news flow which has come in. Eicher Motors has said that Royal Enfield sales in October increased by 3% year-on-year basis at 84,435 motorcycles, but export sales dropped by 39% on a year-on-year basis at 3,477 motorcycles. So clearly the trend in the domestic business is seen positive, on the back of which Eicher Motors will be in focus today. The next in the list is Bajaj Finance. The non-banking finance company said the board members have given approval for the issue of 15 lakh warrants to the promoter Bajaj Finserv at an issue price of 7,670 per warrant, amounting to 1,189 crore. And now let's take a look at the FIs and DIs data. The foreign institutional investors offloaded shares worth 1,816 crore, while domestic institutional investors bought shares worth 1,622 crore. So this is how the market sentiments look like for the trading session today. Do not forget, it's a weekly expiry session, and hence volatility will clearly be seen during the session. With this, we come to a wrap of our podcast for today's session. But to sum it up, we clearly see a lot of volatility, a lot of concern, challenges, and economic indicative action in the market, which is affecting the market to a large extent, be it global or domestic. Irrespective of all the market conditions, one needs to consider that research is the backbone of successful portfolio creation. Wealth creation is an art that we understand. We at Deven Choksey have our exclusive research services which are powerful and successful. To avail our exclusive research services, we invite you to join us. Just click on the link below and you're done. Fill in your basic details and our team will reach out to you. So do not wait any further and embark on the wealth building adventure together. Thank you and have a nice day.